In this module, we will review the primary research question and look at the variables that we have to work with to determine what kind of statistics we would have to calculate. In Statistics 101 with SPSS, we have been working with teaching evaluation data, which offers us information about 463 courses taught at the University of Texas, where we know about the attributes of the instructors, their gender, tenure, and English language proficiency, and we also know what teaching evaluation they received and how students perceived their looks. The intent of this assignment is to determine if teaching evaluations are affected by instructors' good or otherwise looks. The very first step in this assignment is to review this paper from Professor Hammermish and Amy Parker, where they use the same data set to determine if professors' looks affected their teaching evaluations. The paper is available at the following URL. We would like you to focus particularly on Table 1. Essentially, we would like to reproduce the statistics presented in Table 1 as part of the assignment. I will show you Table 1 in a minute. Essentially, the table is nothing more than counts, averages, and standard deviations. There are no advanced statistics demonstrated in Table 1, but I still believe that reproducing this table offers a challenge. And even though we are working with not a big data, it's a fairly small data set with just 463 observations and fewer than 20 variables. But even with this small data set, reproducing a table of averages and means and standard deviations pose a significant challenge. Let me show you the table first. The table lists the variable names in the first column, and then it presents the tabulations in 3 columns, where the dataset comprising all observations is tabulated in column 1. Later, the authors divided the data into lower division and upper division courses, and then reported means, standard deviations, and counts for the same variables, but first focusing on lower division courses and then on upper division courses. Notice that the authors mentioned that with the exception of 3 variables, number of students, percent evaluating, and lower division, other variables were weighted by the number of students, and hence the reported means and standard deviations are weighted means and weighted standard deviations. So far, we haven't discussed how to calculate weighted means and standard deviations, which we will discuss shortly. I call this exercise a challenge primarily for these 2 numbers. The lower division courses are taught by 42 unique instructors, and the upper division courses are taught by 79 unique faculty members. In total, there were 94 unique instructors who taught 463 courses. The blue shaded 2 numbers, 42 and 79, are the ones that I would like you to reproduce, and here lies the challenge. It involves a trick in data science, which I will explain later, but until I explain that trick, I would encourage you to try to get these numbers on your own.